So I finished, right? Sweet, sweet love is magic. It's a good night for everyone. Drop a single rose on the bed. She wakes up in the morning. Why not a bouquet? You're on a budget. I dropped a single rose on the bed. Left. Next morning, sends me a text. No reply.
Just ghosted.
Let's see what G's got going on here.
The G spot.
G!
This place is always so hard to find, and now he's not here.
No, I think he's across the hall. What the hell's he doing over here?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm the trainee.
G? Why are we over here? What is this thing?
We needed a spot that was bigger, easier to find.
Is this one more fun?
So anyway, we got some missions coming up, and we are looking for something PDW style weapon, right? Dump a man in his chest, discreet, small package. What do you got?
Oh, you're familiar with the TP9, correct?
I am.
Yeah. How about a little bit smaller 380 version?
Sweet Moses.
Easily deployable stock, suppressor equipped,
With a
30
can.
round.
Holy cow.
30 round magazines.
Jesus. That would fit very nicely in a bag.
It would. Easily transportable. So,
Okay.
think this will handle? This will work?
I think it would get the job done, yes.
Okay. I'm actually gonna need this one back though, this time.
The other one is,
Mistakes were made.
I wouldn't even say
aren't
mistakes. They are free to us, not
No.
the taxpayers, though.
No, they're not.
So,
I don't know. Get your scuba gear and go get me my other ones back.
All right.
Just this last time. I swear, last time.
I'm good for it, man.
Okay?
You guys furlough my paycheck, do whatever you need to do. Well,
Don't. It's never just a pen.
all right, later, G. Let's go hit this spy
This
ship.
one's still not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
But
No,
just
no. All the way. Sit.
you want your
Sit in the chair. G!
It's not fun when you yell, it's not. Bye, G.
Let's hit it.
That's the pen.
Check out that guy.
Yeah.
That's a monk in a tank top.
So we're a little,
it's not called
we're a
a
little
tank top.
distracted right now.
Yeah,
but you know,
there's a monk in a tank top over there. I don't think they call it a tank top.
No, but his garb.
His garb, yeah,
it's pretty impressive, and
is also a tank top.
Yeah.
At 11,333 feet.
Correct.
That's impressive. Hot damn, and he's got Crocs. I don't think they're Crocs, but they are Croc-like.
Look like Skechers to me.
Wow, that's amazing. Couple quick thank yous. And this is going to be about the really kind of the MP9, which is the full auto variant of the TP9.
Yeah.
And a just brief commentary on the TP380, which is going to be coming out, which is like a shrunken down 380 version of a TP9.
Both size and caliber.
Yes. Yeah. Size and cal.
Yeah.
So anyway, quick thank you, Shooting Surplus sponsoring the video. 1911 saves you 5% off. If you wanted to buy this, if this was for sale right now, and Shooting Surplus was selling it, this would have to be at
1.3 billion. I did the math.
Yeah. Yep. So you're going to save at least $1,000 by plugging in the 1911 code.
More.
Saves you 5% off. Shooting Surplus doesn't sell real estate. We do. Damn it, that was a good transition right there. Damn good transition. So we can help you with the real estate, all that good stuff. U.S. Brass House ammo, all that shit's linked below. Let's get the fuck on with it. You know what I'm saying? So I will say this of the TP9.
Yeah.
Just helicopters buzzing
About to have a helicopter buzz us.
The TP9 is, let's see, what's the most diplomatic way to put this? If you see it on a site, and you see it with no stock and no vert grip and no suppressor and no optic, it's a Palmer Uzi. It's what's kind of the ugly girl.
Sure.
And here's the thing: you know the ugly duckling tails?
We do a BBL. We get some implants,
plump up the lips, right?
Maybe some contouring of the face and the tits.
The accessorizing, right? If you do the accessorizing, and you go, turns out she was a 10.
She turns into a 10.
That's kind of what the TP9
100%
is.
Built out, they're beautiful.
Is decked out with suppressor and optic and stock and vert grip and ideally a light and all that kind of stuff. You go, that might be the coolest looking gun I've ever seen.
I think it's like a 9mm MP7 when you build it out.
It's probably the closest thing we got.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing we got. Now it's in semi-auto, which is, well, the TP9 is in semi-auto, which is, look, some of the luster of that gun goes down when it's in semi-auto, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not as sexy
Still
and appealing of a gun,
8.
but not as cool in semi. But the moment that you make that thing full auto, which last time was the first time we've had a chance to run an MP9, which is the, I guess military variant.
Yeah.
It's full auto variant at the very least of the TP9.
That thing shines.
Now that thing's really cool at that point. And in full auto, it's a really, really neat platform.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, and it also has, if I may note, probably the coolest looking suppressor in the.
I think
like
so.
it's the
with the little Picatinny section on the bottom, like right near where the attachment point
is.
The
TP9 can is from B&T, obviously, it's unique to that gun. It's the only thing that it goes on. So if you're going to suppress the TP9, like that's the can that you have to get. At least I'm 99% sure that's correct.
Definitely.
And that can looks awesome. We didn't really get to hear it because we were on a particular range where there's just a lot of rounds going off, and your ears without having ear pro on
don't do it justice.
Yeah, not going to do it justice. So we didn't really get to hear it without ears, but I can tell you this: on full auto, the MP9 climbs pretty quick.
A little bit.
Yeah, my first couple bursts, I was like, oh shit, that climbs pretty quick there.
There's not a lot of mass to the gun, so
very lightweight.
You absorb the mass, and unless you're leaning into it a little bit, it'll put you back a little bit.
Very lightweight. It's not moving you back, but the gun will start tracking up. So like if you're shooting that thing in an indoor range, be very, very cognizant of the ceiling there, kids. But once you figure that out, you lock it down. Super controllable. You just have to start to get the nuance of the platform.
Yep.
In all fairness, guys, this is not a video that we were planning on doing while we were here. This is something that we kind of, had to pivot and do this. So I don't have a lot to bring. This is not a MP9 or TP9 review. I don't know enough to do a review on it. We've got 200 rounds, but like, look, it's cool in full auto. The TP380, which I didn't know was coming out until a couple days ago, is a TP9. But shrunken down in caliber.
By a third.
So it's in 380, so the caliber is obviously reduced.
Yeah.
which for a lot of people is going to be their like, well, what do I need that for, right? Smaller caliber is not going to, you know, not as good penetration, yada yada, right? The ballistic's not as good as 9.
However, caveat.
Well, the size, you know, someone else who was here sort of presented to us, who does not work for B&T, presented his argument for it, and I was like, you know, you get a good point. And essentially, the Cliff Notes version of the point was, given how much smaller the TP380 is compared to the TP9, compared to how small the difference is in ballistics of 9 and 380, well, the dramatic size difference makes the sacrifice in ballistics worth it.
Trade-offs.
And I was like,
we always have trade-offs.
Look, I think it's a fair point.
Yeah.
I haven't sat on that one long enough to truly have an opinion on it, know what I would think and what I would personally spend money on. But I go, look, it is a valid point because the TP380 it's significantly smaller than the TP9.
A third smaller, right?
Yeah.
So.
Maybe, yeah, at least.
Like
I'm going to say at least.
If this was like the TP9,
yeah.
TP380.
Yeah.
Fair?
And this
to the point where you don't know where to put your
scientific
hands.
diagram.
Yes, this is measurements.
Yeah, hand measurements.
Cubit of measurement, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a biblical reference.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it. And so it is quite a bit smaller. Man,
yeah.
Plane just cruising ahead. Okay, so back on track. Less ballistics, but smaller package.
Yep.
Smaller package, not generally speaking desired, but
yeah.
there are moments where a smaller package could get, you know,
preferable,
be advantageous.
Yeah. And with the right ammo, barrel length, etc., it does perform fairly well.
Yeah. Now, I will say this about it, okay? And I would believe that what we were shooting was probably in the like late stage prototype phase. I don't think it's necessarily full production. Here are the quirks of it. One, it's so small. Your support hand,
nowhere to go.
You're like, where does it go, right? If this is the gun, you're like, literally, like there's no rail to grab. You literally wind up just gripping the mag well in like your own. I mean, it's almost closer to a pistol grip, truthfully.
Correct, 100%. That's how I was gripping.
Than it is a subgun grip. It's not it's the size of a subgun. It's the size of a pistol that you throw a stock in a can on. Now, the can, this was a specific can that I believe will be made for that model, and I will tell you this: as a lefty, do not throw a can on that gun. Now, this could change, right? Production could change. Maybe they figure this stuff out. But I will tell you, after 3 or 4 rounds, I'm gassed out.
Yeah.
I mean, it would.
To where I shot the rest of the sequence.
Serious gas blowback. No one could deny that. Yep. It's an undeniable fact. It's not a criticism. It is a fact. It is a very, very gassy gun. So if you're a lefty and you buy it, do not plan on throwing a suppressor on it unless you find some sort of massively ventilated flow-through RBS style can. That is a quirk of the system that to me is probably the biggest weak point of it, because it would be a cool gun to throw a can on. The caveat to that would be, well, it's not going to be as small of a footprint to get in a bag or something like that. So
trade-offs again. Always trade-offs.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, I don't know where I'm at on that thing yet. I'd have to sit on it a little bit longer, get more rounds time on it. I'd like to see a
more development,
final production version of it. I do believe that will be coming to the U.S. I think that's something you guys will get. I'm gonna take a guess here. I'd say probably sometime around SHOT Show if I was taking a guess.
Yeah. We don't have a definitive on that, so don't quote us on it.
There's no data that I have to support that. I'm just taking a guess that I think it'll probably be a matter of maybe, you know, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or something before you guys actually see them stateside.